today because it's cold. It's freezing cold. It's freezing cold. I got Monty today because he's around here all the time. And I just wanted to talk about fear. Fear of flying. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Now I got Chanel. This is Chanel. Chanel, baby. This is Chanel. She's Monty's mommy. Okay. So, fear of flying. We have to overcome so many stuff in our lives. And this is one thing that was really bothering me for a very, very, very long time. I would say all my life. All my life I had this fear of flying. I could never overcome it. Never. And I've been around a lot. I mean, I've traveled a lot during my life, a lot. So I know a lot of places, and all of these places I needed to catch a plane. Okay, so when I was young, to be honest, I took a boat, and it took me 17 days to arrive to my destination. Once I arrived to my destination, I was crazy. You know, I was young, I was a teenager, and I wanted to get off the boat. But it was New Year's Eve, and there was no customs or nobody to set us, get us out of the boat. So can you imagine? You travel 17 days on a boat because you're afraid of flying. Then all of a sudden you arrive at your destination. You can't get off the boat because it's Christmas Eve. Okay, so that was a long time ago. But let's talk about overcoming the fear. I had to make a trip 3 years ago to see my father, who's very ill in another country. Okay, and I was just thinking about the plane because I was just always thinking about the plane. I would always be sick. I would have panic attacks. I would be, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't plan my trip. I couldn't even pack. I didn't do all those fun things that you do when you travel. You pack and you make a list of things that you're going to buy and all that cool stuff that we all love. But I was unable to do that because I was so afraid of flying. So I made this trip, and I was on the plane. My husband took me to the airport. I was all by myself. So this is a very important way to overcome it because I didn't need anybody. So what happened was I arrived at the airport. I took the plane. I made the trip. Okay, bye-bye. I was scared as hell, but I made it. And then I had to come back home. So I said, oh my gosh, I have to go on the plane again. I have to go back home. What am I going to do? I'm all by myself. And now what? As soon as I got to the airport, I was pretty nervous that I had to do the flight back home, but I had to come home. All of a sudden, this couple comes to me, and they were older, both older, and they just, very shyly came to me and asked, please, can you help us? I said, what do you need? And they said, we need to board our flight. We need to find our flight, and we need to find our luggage, and we can't do that on our own. So at that moment, I am very, very honest, that moment was like a ha-ha moment for me because I thought, wow, these people need me. They need me more than anything else for them to find their luggage, find their connection, which was my connection as well, and they needed me. So at that moment, all of a sudden, I am not kidding, my fear went out of the window, went out of the airport. I had to take care of these two older people. I needed to get them on the plane. I needed to find their luggage, and I needed to get myself on the plane and find my own luggage. I wasn't afraid anymore. I was feeling so, oh my gosh. I would say in a very, I was feeling powerful. I was feeling needed. I was feeling overjoyed to help them, and I was feeling strong. That was it. Unbelievable or not, that's the truth. My fear went away because something bigger came along. something stronger and more important than me came along, which was helping these two people who were older than me. They were fragile and they needed me. I had to overcome it no matter what. And after that, I made 2 or 3 trips back to see my father and my mother, all by myself. All these trips I made on my own. And I thought they were wonderful. I don't have fear of flying anymore. I love airplanes. I can't wait to hop on a plane again and do another trip, even if I have to cross over to Japan. If it's a 24-hour trip, I don't care. I just love it. So for me to overcome my fear of flying, that was something that was stuck in me to life. It was holding me back to enjoy the good stuff in life. Something big came along. So don't be afraid of anything. Don't. You lose so much in life. That's the whole thing about this video. Don't be afraid of anything, because fear just holds us back. Fear is terrible. Fear is bad. Fear is horrible. You miss so much out of life, and there is so much to live. I missed about 10, 15 years of my life and 100 more trips that I didn't ever make. Yeah, but I still